going to start my recording. It's Thursday afternoon, the 9th of June. We are doing some sales training. Stock Market College, Hardus Van Pletsen. I'm at the point where I'm going to explain to people how the sales funnel work, or the sales funnel. And I'm actually writing with my fingers, so it's not so cool. So I want to explain a few things to you guys. In our job, we're going out there because we want to make money. Everyone sees that. Yeah. What do we need to do to make money? Well, we've got to make a sale. Yeah. Because we only get paid our commission if we have a sale. In order to make a sale, what's the step that needs to happen before then? You need to present to the person. Presentation, am I right?
Yes.
In order to have a presentation.
Short story, introduction, and then short story.
Okay.
Calls.
Calls? Well, before calls, I actually need an appointment with someone. Because in order for me to have an appointment, I've got to actually pitch someone to make that appointment. I can either pitch that person in person when I speak to them, or I can actually do it on the phone if I phone them like that. Everyone there?
Yeah.
In order to pitch people, I need to make phone calls. And in order to make calls, actually the step here at the top is I need some leads. Everyone with me?
Yeah.
So now, I want to teach you the ratios of this business. The ratios of this business, just in case someone like Dan doesn't know it, some of you guys are new. I've been selling stock market courses and software programs now for 27 years. I've sold thousands of these courses myself, and I've trained thousands of people to sell it.
Correct.
Thousands. Not one, not two, not 10, not 20, not 100, thousands.
Thousands more to come.
And thousands more to come. So let me just teach you something about the ratios of this business. To make money, you've got to make a sale. Money in your pocket, one sale. Here is the very first important thing that you need to know. In order to make one sale, you are going to need to do 3 presentations. That's it. As a beginner, out of every 3 presentations that you do, you will only make 1 sale. Can I explain to you why? Are you ready for it?
Correct.
Out of 3 people, 1 of them can't afford the program. They can't afford our product. That's it. So that means that you have 2 left, and when you are new at it, 1 you will make a sale, and the other one you won't, because maybe your presentation is not that great. So I want to now go back to Almin, and I'm saying it on the recording. There's only 2 reasons why people won't buy from you.
That's correct.
Number 1, Brian knows, they really can't afford it.
Correct.
Number 2,
You did something wrong.
no, you fucked it up.
So we didn't fuck
We
it
didn't
up.
fuck it up.
It's only a condition that you call
Well-
something.
He says
Well-
he will buy in a month's time, but not now. They want to finish the building project.
Okay, well then if that's truthful and his comment was truthful, then his timing from a money point is not right and correct right now. So then you've got to make peace with it. I know, you want the money, you go out on an appointment, you go to some trouble, you spend some time and effort, so you obviously want a reward when you do it. And I just want to say to you guys while we're talking here, obviously this recording later today, I'm going to upload it on YouTube. I'm going to post the whole recording and the training material on our WhatsApp group so that you guys can all get it and you can watch it online and download it and whatever. So please, I'm going to ask you please give me one of your papers while I'm actually doing the presentation. Is there anyone here who's not on our company WhatsApp group? Okay. So if you want to be on the WhatsApp group, I'm going to send a register around. I want you to write your name, but with your very best handwriting. Okay? Because some of you write so poorly, I can't read what the hell you're saying or what you've written. Name, surname. Then I need your cell phone number. Then I'd like to have your email address because I can then invite you to share Dropbox and this and that and whatever. And lastly, I want to know, are you an ITM or are you a call center agent or are you a sales consultant, and at which distributor do you work? If you're not sure, you put a question mark there and you give it to me and I'll start here. You're not going to fill it out because you're Audrey's client, so I'm going to start there. Please do that. So there are ratios. It doesn't matter who you are. If your name's Hardus Van Pletsen and you've been selling it for 27 years, I don't sell every person I present to. My closing ratio might be 90%, 9 out of every 10 people, if I see people, but I have the skill over all the years to make sure that in the very first place I sit in front of qualified people.
Okay, let me ask this question.
Yes, ask the question so that we can...
Say for instance, okay, you did the pitch yesterday.
Yes.
You were the one that's done the pitch, okay?
Yeah?
Do you think that you could have closed that client without the decision-making of his wife?
I believe that you should be able to close a person without his wife's decision. And I'll tell you why I make that statement. Out of every 100 guys that I've seen, only 5% of them, in other words, 5 out of every 100 people, genuinely have to talk to their wife. So when I get the objection, I've got to speak to my wife. I will look my client in the eye and I'll actually qualify the objection. And let me explain to you what I will do. Let's do a role play. We are going to pretend that you are a man. Right? I'm going to say to you, well, welcome on board. I want you to say to me, look, I first want to go speak to my wife.
Okay.
And then I want all of you to listen how I handle it. You ready?
Okay, and I want you to do the banking details as well. Because why?
Okay, let's do one thing at a
Okay,
time.
okay.
Otherwise, the recording becomes a mess because the people listening and watching to this stuff is not clever enough to track more than one thing at a time. Okay, so let's do the role play first on... Okay, so Elmine, welcome on board.
Thank you. But I have to go and speak to my husband first.
Okay. Elmine, I want to ask you a very honest question. Only 5% of people that I meet genuinely have to speak to their partner to make a decision.
Okay?
The other 95% of people that I meet use I have to speak to my husband or wife as an excuse because they're too embarrassed to say right now they can't afford our product.
Okay.
So please, there's obviously no shame if your circumstances is not cool and you can't afford our product right now. That's okay.
But I don't take any decisions without speaking with my husband.
Okay. So it's not an affordability problem?
No, it's not at all.
Okay.
Money's not a problem.
Would you like me to make an appointment for us to see your wife together?
Yes, please do.
When can we do this?
Tomorrow.
Excellent. Well, let me put my diary, blah, blah, blah. Off we go. Are we ready to stop and talk about what I did? Yes?
Yes. You
Please
direct to the guy. You're direct from the
Of
heart.
course.
Yeah, but that's
But we
exactly
did-
what I did.
That's exactly what what Louisa did.
Exactly what I did. I
And?
did and all he said, the money wasn't an issue. The buying slip was there. Was ready to sign the contract. He says, we are busy with the building product.
Okay, but
I
there's
have
your
to discuss
answer. He's not comfortable
He's-
right now.
no.
Even if he has the money, it's
It's
not
not.
like your presentation then. I wasn't there, but it seems like your presentation was okay.
It's fine.
The money is an issue at this point. The timing is an issue.
Timing is the issue. Timing is the
So
issue.
why I wanted to show you the sales funnel is if you are working consistently every single day, you don't have to become desperate about doing any business. We are not, what is the a good English term for it? My wife gets really pissed off when I say to her, ek is nie verleë oor jou nie. I'm not hard up for a person or a situation or whatever the case might be. When I go out there, please, when I go and see people, I do my presentation. I sell the deal. If I don't sell the deal, I walk out there, I forget about that person even before I'm out the door. The worst thing that you can do is get all emotionally hung up about someone that you didn't sell. Now you get in the car or the taxi, you're going home, you start thinking about all the rubbish of why you didn't sell him, you start conjuring up all sorts of reasons of why it didn't work. And what you end up doing is you're going to the next presentation, and now you want to start changing your presentation because maybe you did something wrong. And before you know it, 3 presentations later, you're doing some other shit that we didn't teach you. You're not selling, you're wondering why not, and you're just going to crash and burn and fall out of this business.
To counter.
So if I give you a presentation pack, if I give you a system, if I teach you this is what you need to do, all you have to do is stick with the recipe.
It's the manual. Use it.
That's it. You know, it's like baking a cake. So I want to go further with the stats. So in order for you to do 3 presentations, I can tell you right now that you're going to have 6 appointments. Only half of the number of appointments that you get will actually turn into presentations. And it doesn't matter who makes those appointments for you.
Okay.
Can I tell you why? I'm sure you're wondering, or do you know? Well, sometimes you'll make an appointment with someone, and hello, Zoe.
So you know him.
And yeah, I know her. You know, good people, I remember their names quickly. What's your name again? So what was I saying? Sometimes you have an appointment with someone and they die on the way to work.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes there'll be an emergency at their job and they have to go and do something and they can't make the appointment. Sometimes someone will genuinely forget because they didn't put it in their diary. Sometimes they'll be sick. I'm obviously talking, the ratios that I'm giving you here is when you get appointments from a call center. I'm not talking about when you make an appointment with someone as a sales consultant that you've made personal contact with or someone you know, etc. I'm talking about cold calling here now. These are the ratios for cold calling, not the ratios for someone that you know.
As in referral, you mean?
Not even a referral. The ratios that I'm showing you now, Dan, is I've made an appointment from someone that I got in the telephone book.
Okay.
That's it. If you are getting a referral, these ratios will look better.
It will be better, definitely.
For sure.
This is a bit of a hot.
Exactly. So I don't want to make it complicated for some of you, but what you need to say is your presentation to sales ratio from there to there is only 33%. Because if you're going to only sell 1 out of every 3, then it's 33%. Your ratio from appointments to presentations is 50%. Why? Because if you have 6 appointments and you only present to 3 people, half of them, that's 50%.
Yeah.
Now, I can also tell you, if you cold call, you need to speak to a minimum of like 30 people to make 6 appointments. And in order to speak to 30 people, you're going to have to make at least 120 phone calls. So in between pitch